Hey Denise, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out and spoke with you on Wednesday, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and quick. Just want to show you 3 tips that you could do to, potentially improve upon your website and get more traffic online. So, with that, let me get started. Love the colors, love the color scheme, love what you have going on here. All the pictures are crisp and clean. Whoever did your site did a good job of of designing its site. I think it actually looks really clean and well done. The one thing I would say, going through your site is there is not a ton of content here. And content is super important for a couple of different reasons. The first is so that you can be found for specific keywords. So, I was looking through your site, say it shows that you're kind of near Round Rock. You're obviously in the Austin and the Houston area. Um, and I wasn't sure exactly, what to look at. So I kind of looked at everything. There wasn't a lot of volume in Round Rock. There is quite a bit of volume in Austin, but their KDs, which is how hard it is to rank on the first page, is relatively tough. But there's a lot of volume here, 14,000 searches a month. You look at Georgetown, a little bit easier to start ranking for. That is 1,800 searches a month in Georgetown there. And Houston, 15,000 searches. Again, a little bit easier to rank for some of these things than Austin for whatever reason. So I'll kind of talk about Houston in this sense, but at the end of the day, all these things will work for every particular area, whatever area you're looking to rank for. But if I wanted to say rank for roofing companies Houston, right? I would have that as a heading. I would have that within my content. Might even save an image as that particular keyword. And what happens is when Google crawls your site, they see that you have that keyword verbatim as it's typed in a couple of different places throughout your site. And having those keywords in the headings is super important because it's what Google crawls first. Your site is at the end of the day to Google because it's in like data form. It's almost like an outline, and so what they want to see is what is important to you, and those headings are basically what they crawl first. So having those keywords within those headings super important. Those buyer intent location specific keywords, and the more content you have throughout your site, the more keywords you can be found for. And it is also a ranking factor. It's about, quality and quantity of content that helps sites get ranked higher than others because of Google's algorithm. And, it's one of the reasons why you see sites like Wikipedia and Yelp do so well is they have a ton of content. So content's very important in ranking higher than other particular websites. So content definitely would be my first tip, just to add a bunch of content. And typically on home pages, you usually have like a minimum of 1,500 words, and that kind of depends on your competition. So that would be my first tip. My second tip would be to continue to build and grow your Google Business profile, and probably get another one for Houston if you're looking to rank in Houston. And the reason for this is twofold. The first is the the Google Business profiles kind of go like build as a balloon, as a flower almost, and it's going to be almost impossible to rank for Houston stuff in Austin. So having another Google Business profile there is a good idea. And then these are really important in getting traffic to your site in a different way. And I'll show you that in a second, but let me tell you how you can build the strength of these up. Adding reviews. Reviews are a great way to start building your strength of your Google Business profile. And it's about quality and quantity. You want as many 5-star reviews as possible. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Organically is the best way. Every time you got a job, you can, if you have a CRM set up, you can email for reviews after the job's done. You can have your installer have a QVC code that's set up to your review, that the homeowner can just leave a review right there once the job is done. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. but reviews are very important. And if you get one a week or two a week, I mean, you can potentially get 200 a year, and or 100 a year, and and after a couple years, 2 or 3 years, you're looking at 2 or 300 reviews. All this information also needs to be the same throughout all the web. So, for instance, if you have a Yelp page, right, and it says you're open 8 to 6, that inconsistency Google doesn't like, and they'll ding you on. What they want to see is that when someone searches your Yelp page versus someone searches your Google business profile versus someone searches your website, they get the same information. So it's really important that all this information is, transparent and the same throughout the web. And then photos. You want to save photos as particular keywords and geotag them. So if I'm wanting to rank for roofing companies, this is in Austin. So say I wanted to rank for roofing history companies Austin, I would save that picture as that keyword, and then I would find a roof or something. Here we go, and I would geotag it as that particular area, and then Google feels that, oh, they must have done a roof at that particular location. So really important to get those things set up, and there's obviously a lot more to it, but branding, connecting your socials and all kinds of stuff. But this is an easy thing that you guys can do yourselves. So that would be my second tip, and really the reason why those are important is because everybody searches differently. So some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to have ads. Some people go down to these and they click them, and I've seen them pull 40% of the traffic. I've even seen them outdo the organics. So just another way to get people to your phone, to your site, what have you. And if you're running an ad and you're number one here and you're number one here, you're going to get as much traffic from that keyword as you possibly can. So, really important to get what traffic from various avenues. And then last but not least, build up the strength of your site. So your site looks like what a new site would look like. And there's no data here, and because really what builds up the strength of your site is referring domains and backlinks, and you want a lot of strong sites that are topical, that have to do with roofing or construction, that send links back to your site. And excuse me, the more links you have, the more this grows and is strong, and it starts as 0 and it goes to 100. And usually with roofing, 20s, 30s, 40s are sufficient. And just to kind of show you what that looks like, this is Bronze Roofing. They're ranking high for this particular keyword. And you see that the 30s, you really want a 1-to-1 ratio here, but they're still doing pretty well. They have 166 websites that are sending almost 500 links. And as you can see here, you weren't ranking on any keywords in the top 100. They're ranking on over 600. And as you can see here, they're getting a lot of traffic per month. So this is kind of what you want to get to. It takes some time, and depending on what area you really go after would depend on the amount of traffic and how hard it is to rank for it. But there is a lot of stuff that you could do here. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or would like help or just need to know more. Our contact information is in the email. I also have a link to my Google Calendar. Myself or my business partner Jackie, who's actually in Houston, would love to help you out and walk you through everything. So with that, have a great day and God bless.